How you doing?
Okay.
All right, yeah, you're doing
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it. I'm kidding.
What? Well, I would, but I gotta be at work on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice out.
Perfect. How you feeling? Good.
It's a little tense, but yeah.
The throttle is your friend. You come to a rut or something you're worried about.
Yeah. Just get right through it.
Yeah.
Feel the back end slip a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Pretty sandy in some places. Good.
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, I stalled out at one of them.
Yeah. I'm actually getting warm.
Yeah, I know. Nice to do, a little work.
You cool on the back?
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I'm good.
Here, let me
Now get good yourself before you get off there, right? Let's see if I can.
There you go, Rick. Got it. Good job.
450 pounds is heavy out here.
Yeah, what I found anyway is if I see sand that I'm concerned about, I'll slow down before I get to it,
Uh-huh.
and then give it little, momentum through it.
It's kind of...
And it's hard sometimes to turn your wheel. It's kind of a tricky thing, but if you like lean the bike the way you want to go,
Uh-huh.
try to steer it that way. Because if you're in deep sand, you slow down and you turn your wheel at the same time, it just wants to plow right in.
Sure.
Trust me. I know. We're good. How are you doing? Good. How are you? I'm doing well. Good. Beautiful out, huh?
Yeah.
Get it.
Alright, let me see if I can get back on this beat. Want to rest for a minute?
I just want to get it out of the sand here.
Yeah, sand has always been I hate it.
Yeah, I thought it'd be less sand over here, but
Yeah.
I was wrong.
And another thing, a trick I learned, I took a class about a month ago in sand.
Okay.
This wash up above Santa Barbara. It was pretty fun. But I know what I need to do. It's in my head where I get all screwed up.
Okay.
But like lots of times, if I see like something that's concerning me in the sand, I force myself to look like I want to
sure.
go over there, because your bike, if you keep powering, if you give it gas, it's going to go through the sand.
Yeah.
But if you try to negotiate like you think you see a way to get through the sand, that always screws you up.
Sure.
Best to look,
See if I can. Oh.
By no means am I expert.
What's that?
You're doing great, man, for your first time.
Yeah.
Another thing is standing up kind of helps too. What happens if you're sitting and you hit stuff, your butt kind of forces your bike to do things that it shouldn't do.
Hmm.
If you're on the pegs, and maybe, about center, the bike could kind of swirl around.
Ah, okay.
And your body won't force it to do shit.
Okay. See if I can find a place to get on this thing.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
Huh?
That's the tricky part.
Yeah, right. Whew. Is there better ground than this? There is.
You got it, from the other side, or?
I'm just going to bring it to a place where it's easier.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah. I have that same problem.
What's that?
I have that same problem.
Well, I'm just looking at that deep side there. Ah. Okay. I laughed because we were a turn away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I lost in the sand.
Oh, we were waiting and waiting, and we thought, well, we didn't want to be going upstream when you were coming down either. So
Oh, is this an out and back or no? You're okay. I see. You're talking about coming back.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Sand.
We were debating, do we ride into you or do we stay? And we were just turning around.
That's funny. Yeah, we were just right around the corner there.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a pretty sandy section right there.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest trick is to not try to negotiate it. Just look over there and go, I'm going there. And the bike always, you know, as long as you got the gas on, it'll go through it.
Oh yeah.
It's every time I try to like think, oh, there's the channel I want to get into. You know, then I get boned.
Yeah.
You know, because you could cut right through the channels. It doesn't, you know, it'll wiggle a little as long as you're up off the pegs.
Right.
I mean, up off the saddle.
Yeah.
I lowered my air pressure down for this ride more than I normally
did
do,
you?
and man, what a difference in the sand. It's much better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are you at?
I think I'm at 32 in the rear and 30 in front.
No kidding. What do those normally take?
I think, well, it depends on who you talk to and what you read, but the manufacturer of the tires says 34 in the front and 35 in the rear.
Huh.
That's not that much less than.
But yeah, I know. And I noticed that when on my rear tire how it was wearing, the one before this that I replaced, it was wearing totally in the center, and somebody said that's because you have too much air pressure. You're riding all on that center all the time.
Yeah.
And he said I don't know, you could read it, you get 1,000 different threads and you get 10,000 different
Opinions. Yeah.
But
for commuting, I've always kept mine at the max.
Yeah.
right.
And I get ridiculous tire life, like Tourance's, I can get like 13,000 out of my rear.
Wow.
But if you're gonna do any dirt work,
Yeah.
I'm coming up on 5,000 miles on these Metzlers.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a dual sport tire.
Metzlers wear really well.
Yeah, I've been happy. This back one's looking a little toasted, but
Yeah, I still had life in my other one, but I picked up a nail.
oh,
Big old rusty nail that I didn't want to. I plugged it and it held air, but I'm thinking, nah,
You didn't trust it.
no. I figured I'd be out somewhere, I'd hit a rock right on that plug, something would go bad.
yeah.
Yeah, that Thousand Oaks Power Sports had the tire I needed, and they mounted and balanced it for $10.
What?
Yeah, and the tire was cheaper than I paid for it last time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great store out there if you ever need anything.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
parts, clothing. They don't sell BMW parts, but
Yeah. Man, that's
yeah.
$10 if you buy the tire from them. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, and I mean, it took them 20 minutes. I didn't have to come back at the end of the day. I took it. I had the wheel. I handed him the wheel.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't about to do it again. I did it last time, and I'm like, screw that. I paid $50 not to do it again. Well, maybe not 50, but
It's pretty much way worse than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, the hardest thing was getting it to seal once I got the new one on.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an air compressor, but it just, you know, it was a cold day, so the tire was stiff as can be.
Yeah. You know, like tire places, they have those really high capacity compressors, so they flood so much air in there. It
Right.
Just, you know.
Yeah, I wound up having to put a loading strap around it with like one of those things, and I had to get it and to help kind of shrink it up.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can get it to do it, and then it.
Oh. And then if you can get it off without dinging up your rim too.
Right.
You know. Yeah, I thought I was going to be Mr. Tire for a while, you know. With,
No.
Not worth it, is it?
No, yeah, it's a nice drive out to Thousand Oaks.
So Mark, that's Spunky Canyon, right?
Yeah, that's like the halfway down, and this goes to San Francisco.
Okay, that does eventually let out to something though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've never gone that route, so I always wondered.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think if it's the one that goes through at the very bottom, it winds up in a cool little wooded area. Yeah.
Cool.